So before I get into what I want to get into, because as usual I'm irritated and I'm deciding periodically why not let my voice be heard. I've got the ability to record it, got the ability to talk about it. It's a little funny story of how I messed up, just to lighten the mood a little bit, and I'll kind of let this play in the background. So this morning of mine, this morning, a buddy of mine was on his way to work and got a flat tire. So I was told, hey, go get your buddy, do what you need to do, get him to work. So, you know, I get there and I know this guy doesn't know anything about cars. Nothing against him, he's a young kid. You know, if you don't grow up having to work on vehicles, you're not going to know certain stuff. So, I get there and I say, you got a donut? And he goes, yeah, I should. So, I go to him, I say, all right, well, where is it? And he goes, I think it's underneath. My buddy drives a Jeep. I've bought a lot of Chrysler products. I've owned a lot of Jeeps. I know it's not underneath. So I said, no, dude, it's in your trunk. Pop your trunk. Let's get your donut. And I said, do you know how to change a tire? He goes, no, no. Do you want to teach me? You want to have like a dad moment and coach me on how to do it? I said, well, you gonna learn today. So I get everything all set up. He's got the emergency scissor jack that comes with the vehicle. And anybody who's ever had to lift a vehicle for any reason knows scissor jacks kind of suck. And you really only want to use them as like a last ditch scenario. But that's my only option. I don't keep a jack in the truck. I don't. I only keep like a jack stand from an old project I was working on. So I don't have any tools with me aside from what's part of the car. You know, what parts come with his vehicle from the factory. As we're doing this, he had already called AAA. And I've got the vehicle up, I've got the lug nuts off. You know, I broke them free on the ground so that the tire couldn't spin. You know, showing him the ins and outs of that. And then next thing the phone rings, it's AAA. And, I got confidence. You know, I've changed tires before, I've been doing it for 20 plus years. I'm not going to have an issue with it. Everything's going to be fine. He goes, no, we should be good, and cancels the AAA. So wouldn't you know it, I get the lug nuts off, and the tire's not budging. I live in the Rust Belt. He's got aluminum rims, steel rotors. Anybody who's been around cars and been in the Rust Belt knows what happens. They corrode, they get stuck. So I kick it a couple of times, try to knock it free, and it doesn't come free. It's his vehicle, I don't want to damage it, so I tell him, hey, boot the ever-loving crap out of this tire. And then, see if we can knock it loose. We can't knock it loose. So I decide, all right, call AAA back. We got two options here. I can either check and make sure my babysitter can watch the kid for a little bit. I'll go get some tools. We'll knock this off and go from there. Or you call back AAA, have them come out, let them do it. They're gonna have the tools, and it's gonna be a little quicker. I'll go to work and cover for you while you're there. He goes, all right, I'll call AAA. So I contact our supervisors and I let them know, hey, I just royally fucked myself and I'm coming back to work and I'm gonna cover for them. I get back to work and they say to me, well, what did you do? What's going on? And I said, listen, the magic words you're gonna learn today. And you only learned how to jack up your car and loosen some lug nuts because I screwed myself and I couldn't make that tire come off. So I was overly confident that I could take care of the problem. And maybe if it was a southern state that I lived in and not in the Rust Belt, easy peasy lemon squeezy, off, on. He's at work. I'm home just a little bit quicker. Instead, I earned the right to go to work for a couple extra hours while he waited on AAA. And he told me it took them like 15, 20 minutes to get the tire broken free from the rotor so that they could switch it. Now, part of my little story from this morning, hi buddy, is to talk about being overly confident. This TTV that I am chasing now, granted, they're not part of this three-man. The bottom Jane, the two Adas, they're a three-man Swift. This TTV is their solo. And if this is what this TTV does every time they're hooked, stop playing the game. This is not your game. If anytime, well, let me let it play, because not much is going to happen with this TTV from here on out. So, players like this are a huge part of the problem in this game. This person is about to get hooked. They want to go next. But you know what they don't do? They don't DC when they're off the hook to give the team the bot. This player is so irritated that they got saved, or so irritated that they got hooked, that this TTV, and I don't know what your problem is, I don't care. They're trying to kill themselves on the hook right now so that they can fuck over the team. And you know, this is utter fucking bullshit. So one of the other people goes and saves this person. Now what does TTV do? TTV stands underneath the hook and does not move. You're going to see it throughout the entire match. Now, I try to play relatively fair unless I'm up against what I can tell is a Swift that's trying to bully, trying to be extremely dickish. I'm going to try and space my hooks out. I'm not going to tunnel. I'm going to go for chases. That's why I play Billy. I like chases. I like zigzagging around the map. That to me is fun. I enjoy doing it. It doesn't matter if it's RPD. Doesn't matter if it's Leary's. Or in this case, the swamp. I'm going to go for curves. I'm going to go for, chases. I want to have my fun. And if I got to smack you down with a hammer, I don't care. I am giving this person the ability to run away. Give him a quick little love tap. Go on my way. I want to find the other players. 'Cause I want chases. I want to have some fun. So, that's what I do. I smack that TTV. And I go away. I go to chasing the Adas. I try and have some fun. This one is no longer helping the team in any way, shape, or form. You're also not gaining blood points for yourself. You're not creating content for yourself. If you're somebody who is a content creator and you're trying to make something so that people want to watch you, I'm not going to look into whether or not you're live, whether or not you've got viewers. I don't care, because I do YouTube for fun. If my profile never hits, if my channel never hits 100 subscribers, I could not care less. I do this just for fun. I don't care about anything else. It gives Annoyed something to watch at work. It gives me something to watch at work. And the few people that may find it. But this person isn't doing anything to better their ability in the game. They're not trying to create any content for themselves. Because any live stream you do, if you have a decent moment, that could be a montage for you. That could be some type of special little clip that you can show off. Whatever. In this case, they're doing absolutely nothing. So how are you trying to better yourself, either in terms of your streaming career or the content that you're trying to make? These two players now have to try and win this match. When I left you alone, after you had been healed, you could have found the Ada, and you would have had a better shot. But instead, this person is so salty that they couldn't kill themselves on the hook that they stay in the exact same fucking spot. So I have absolutely no reason to really go after them. I don't have a reason to hook them because you want out of the match. Why would I give you exactly what you want when you're already fucking over these people trying to have fun with the game? If I down you, it don't make no difference. You're still not going anywhere. I'm going to go after the people that want to play. And I'm going to leave you here to sit because you've made it abundantly clear that you're not going to disconnect out of this match. You know, you would rather royally fuck over the other people playing this game than to DC and give them a bot. And you're going to see after a couple minutes, you know, while I'm building more points for myself, they don't leave until the abandoned feature pops up. Get down, buddy. Get down. You know, so I'm going to chase the ones that want to chase. You know, these Adas are here to play the game. They've been doing generators this entire time. Granted, I could have been nice to them, recognizing the situation, and just killed the Ada. But it also comes back to, I want to make content for not only me to watch later, but for other people to watch later. So I'm thinking in my mind, what chases can I do? Can I do some chainsaw stuff? TTV obviously doesn't care. They're going to stick around. So I'm going for content. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to chase these people down. And once they're down, well, now this is when the screen automatically gives people the abandon. Where's TTV? Bam. Now that she knows that everybody is royally fucked and nobody can win, there's no chance at all. Abandon. You should have done it 5 minutes ago. When you got hooked and you decided that you got saved and you're not gonna help. It's unwinnable. Whatever your justification for this type of behavior is, you should have DC'd and given the team a bot. The bot would have at least tried to do gens. The bot would have went for heals. The bot would have went for saves. You did absolutely nothing except stand there and help screw this team and make sure that nobody had a shot because you couldn't kill yourself on hook or whatever. You know, I doubt anyone will bring it to your attention that somebody's going to criticize you for the way you chose to play. But playstyles like this are not acceptable. They do not help the game grow. They do not help yourself grow as both a player or a content creator. And I hope in the future you can realize you will lose matches. Even I lose matches. No one is perfect. No one can have a 100% win rate. There's hackers, stream snipers, whatever. You will lose. You will get hooked. If you can't handle the fact that you are going to periodically be on a hook, you need to quit playing this game. But if you choose to continue to play this game, I fully support it. And I hope that in the future, when and if I get you again, you take me on better chases and you don't screw over your team. You need to do better, keep playing, and don't give up. You're hurting yourself by what you're doing. And anybody who comes to watch you, you're hurting them too. So please don't take this as an attack, but what you're doing hurts this game. And we're about to see a massive influx of people in the summer. I need more opponents. You need more opponents. Queue times are crappy enough for killer as it is. And if everybody doesn't want to play certain ones, it's just going to get worse. So, like I said, don't take this as a personal attack. But what you're doing, like I just said, is unacceptable. If you decide you're done facing a certain killer, take the DC. This is what I'm going to start calling common courtesy. It gives the other people a chance. Because, hey, maybe I'll tunnel out the bot. They could get another gen done before I go back to going after them. In this case, I know where you're going to be. I've got no reason to puppy dog you. I'm going to find the people that want to play. I'll take care of you later. Because with you not moving, I can't lose you. But, you know, it's just something that needs to stop. And people like you are not helping this game. So please get better. Please do better. And hopefully I'll see you again in the fog.